I wasn't necessarily going to do this one. Um, I was going to relax and chill out. Um, but I just saw something that kind of it just feeds right into what I was talking the subject. So it's just kind of like it's like yeah, I got to do this. What fired me off was all these black women in America. You see this one Scottish black guy. He's got a Scottish accent. They didn't say they were going there everywhere over there, did they? Now, if you want to take your husband or you want to meet a white guy over there, that's more likely what's going to happen. And your kids will be biracial and they'll have that accent. That's different. They'll look more like me. If you're expecting to go over there and find some kind of haven of black Scottish guys, it's not real. And I guarantee you, all you guys are in love with is the fact that he has that accent. And maybe his look. You guys could care less about who he is as a person, how he grew up, what you can add to his life. And all you women are talking about, when am I getting my passport? It's just one dude. That's the problem with women. It's just one guy. If you go on Scottish, like, see that one girl talking about Scottish talk. I guess it's Black Scottish talk instead of TikTok. And apparently there's a lot of people. And this girl saying she's been on there and she's not going back to whatever. Fine. Are you actually getting into the culture and understanding? A lot of them are even saying, I don't even know what the fuck you're saying, but just keep talking. What's going to happen? Eventually that accent's going to wear thin. And you're left with a regular human being, not whoever you fantasize and bought a passport to go meet. You got to start looking at like, okay, I didn't think about looking outside the United States. Where black women really, American black women really liked and respected. That's another thing you could search for. If you're looking for that, you know. If I were looking for a home, if I were going to do a Google search, I wouldn't try like, where's this one Scottish person at? It just wouldn't. Now it's different. In my situation, it's a little bit different, I think. I had a dream about this girl. I just didn't know she was an actual real person. That's not fair. I didn't know. How could you know something that's like? I mean, your dream is actual reality. How could you know that, especially at 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old? I left California when I was 7. I was young. Like I said, I tell people 7, so I don't. It's not like you're bragging when you say you can remember 4, 5, and 6 years old. Clearly, but what started me remembering is I came online through a very violent kind of thing. My dad threw my mom down a flight of stairs, and I've been awake and recording ever since. Not perfectly, but with pretty accurate recall. I get tied down. There's a lot of stuff going on in my head, man, at all times. But the pink tax, ladies, you don't think there's a camo tax? There's a camo tax. Every time, man. Every time you hear that in that voice, they're doing to your guy what they do to you. Venus. Anytime you're paying for something Venus or pink or feel like a goddess, embrace your inner goddess. That's the pink tax. And the sad thing is, it's sold to you by a woman. Probably likes the comfort and probably gets the thing for free. Imagine you're starting out as an actor, and like, this is just a voice thing. Tell you what, we'll give you lifetime free Gillette Venus shavers. And didn't mention in the contract that, yeah, if we discontinue, your contract's null and void. We won't keep making them for you if we discontinue the product. Well, you won't be promoting it then, so why would we send you more? Don't mention that part. Lifetime supply, as long as, yeah, you having those as long as we make them. Awesome. Never mind that next year we're planning on something, a new pink version is going to ergonomically destroy this one. So yeah, get a lifetime supply of these. Guys, you tired? You don't need just any old any soap. You need Sasquatch soap. Anytime you hear that voice, you see a guy with a beard, new Nissan truck. You're paying extra cash. Plain simple. So that you guys can feel like, yeah, that's me. I'm riding a horse out on the west wilderness of streets of Dallas. I mean, I go off road sometimes when I'm hunting. We go mudding. We used to go mudding when I was younger. I like my truck. It's expensive. When it gets all like that, you gotta get like higher insurance and stuff. And I got like 3 kids now, 4 ex-wives. And then women don't really do a lot. Men don't do a lot to really make women feel feminine, but women definitely don't do a lot to make men feel masculine. So you kind of got to put some gas in the tank to get somewhere. But women are like, you're supposed to provide the car and the gas and drive and get there flawlessly and not cause a wreck and do this and do that. What are we supposed to do? Enjoy the ride. I know, because the world out there is treating me so bad. You are supposed to fix everything out there when I get home. And you're not doing it. And what do guys want to do? They want to be a good husband. But this is like an insane demand, especially when it's not put that way. Because then we could go, you want me to fix your world? Yes. Okay, who's going to fix mine? I don't know. That's your problem. I say there's the real problem right there. And as long as you have that, it's just gonna always be a problem. It's always gonna be a war between men and women rather than a working together. Because like if your husband's like, you don't really want the Venus thing. Like, yes, I do. Like, no, you don't want the Venus razor. Like, no, you don't. Yes, I do. No, you don't. It's got the slit. I hear you, but it's more expensive. It's more expensive because it feels. You haven't even tried it. How do you know it feels smoother? The lady on the. Okay, I've got a couple candy bars. Also, I got a guy on the screen sending you a couple candy bars. He's got that lose weight eating this chocolate. Are they diet? No, they're just regular plain old chocolate. But the guy on the TV with the lab coat says that you will lose weight if you eat 20 of these back to back. Want to give it a try? Why not? The person on TV said do it. Yeah, that's a good point. I know. I'm trying to get you to calm down a little bit and realize I'm not against you getting anything you want. I just want to think, do you really want that? Because what are regular razors that you use? Like half the price. Half the price. Are they that bad? No. No. I don't have, you think my beard's not, I got a shave. It gets kind of rough sometimes. So you got to get some kind of special lotion for your face. But although mine's a human face, I don't. Well, you're a guy, and what does that mean? I thought we were equal in this. Anything you can do, I can do. Right, but they're not. You know, they're not selling this to guys. Because we don't care about what. We're just naturally rough and aggressive and whatever. Yeah, well, if you, instead of being handed Barbies in a fucking kitchen set, from a young age were taught to kill your brother and play dead for fucking 10 seconds, and all your friends, at a very young age, handed a toy pop gun and told to go play in the fucking yard. And all your heroes are military people. They don't tell you about the killing and what that does to your soul. Don't have the military guys come back and say anything about like they just come back and they're everyone's cheering and yelling, and they wave and everyone's like, don't talk about the people that are lost. Celebrate the people that make it back, right? Like Trump, he's a war hero because he was captured in war. I like my heroes to not be captured. Well, Trump, I like my heroes to try not to call fucking their sexcapade during the 70s their personal Vietnam. And he's a war hero not because he was captured. He was a war hero because he was a very high general's son, and they wanted to set him free as a bargaining chip. And John McCain said, fuck you, I'll leave when the rest of these troops leave. He could have been a Republican, pulled his weight, and like not Mitch McConnell, fucking, who's the guy that ran? Oh, Whitey McWhitestain and Paul Ryan. So fucking bland, I forgot his fucking name. I can see his face, but it's just so like, I just want to say Mayo McCrackerstein. You know what I mean? He's just so, Mitt Romney? Yeah, that motherfucker. Mitt. You know what else is a mitt? Oven mitt. No, it's not really manly. Mitt. One thing is that's your last name. They named him Mitt. It'd be one thing if he was like tough enough to back it up. You know, like, you know, if I started going instead of Rashawn's or whatever, it's just Sean, just started going by Rash. And everybody's like, why? And I'm like showing my elbows and my knees and shit like that. When I get scratched up and fucking I wreck on my board a lot. Oh, goddamn, yeah. I thought you had some, no, it's not infectious unless you start skating with us. Which is a show, you gotta pay your dues, man. I mean, you gotta, am I good? No, but I have fun skating with the guys. And do I take my licks? Yeah. Do I keep skating? Fuck yeah, I love it. I love it. It's worth the wrecks. The rush is worth the wrecks. Now, like doing all those big tricks and like possibly breaking an ankle, it wasn't worth it to me. It wasn't worth it. And the people that are, that's the thing. It's like with basketball and stuff like that. Football, you can be willing to sacrifice. Again, with football, you have a defense team and offense team and yada, 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 and they can swap out and people can, you should come up with some way to get some players out so they can save themselves a little bit, you know? It's just a rule that like if you've heard something, you can get, oh, there's no free to get a fresh guy, then swap one of your guys for a fresh guy. That's what you're worried about. Swap your guy. We don't have any. Our guy is not like our best. You know what I mean? He's one of the bench guys. We're gonna let him ride with the fucking team and see if he does. If he fucks up, he's out next play. You see what I'm saying? But if he does great, who's a great fucking who's a great coach for putting him in? We are. Could have rode the bench for another 4 seasons, but he was doing good enough that even fucking the pros were like, damn, hell yeah, good on you. Like you probably have, how would I have a better game? He's making points. You know what I mean? He's a team member. He's assisting. How would he be better? How would I? Well, yeah, you'd be flying over, but that's not what it's about. Look at him, man. They're team working. Look at them go, man. Fuck yeah, they're all rallying around the fact that I'm not there. Look at them work. Look at them all really working harder. Usually they just pass it to me so I can get the ball in, don't they? Yeah, look at them. Look at them play, man. Look. Now they're working like a machine. I want to work in that, but they see me fucking do what I do, and they just go, here's the ball, you go do it. I can't do that. I'm like, but I don't like like Jimi Hendrix wanted to play with the Jimi Hendrix of drums of his time. He wanted to play with, and he found it in Mitch Mitchell, I think. And he wanted to play with the bass player, the Jimi Hendrix of bass, and probably the Jimi Hendrix of keyboard, and do the Electric Sky Church stuff, you know? But there are probably so many people that are too afraid to even show up and jam. They just sit there and go, wow, it's incredible. I don't even dare. What, back him up? Why would you try and step up and try and show out Jimmy? You can't be a rhythm guitarist and a lead. You can't show exactly why you're a badass rhythm guitarist and just listen to doing stuff and like you go and you do cutting heads back and forth. He might go, oh shit, you know, what, doodle da da da, you know what I mean, and just start cutting back and forth. He might be like, yeah, he might be a cool dude, but you see these badass and he's like, fuck, I can't compete. Just drop out. Who wins? The guy is still fucking playing. You're back there sulking. It's not fair. Why is it not fair, Eric? Because he's a real black guy. They're saying Eric Clapton is God. And now there's a new guy coming around. Everybody's going, I think this guy's better than Clapton because he's like black and he's actually from the South. He's actually from America. While I like the blues, it's more English blues, but it's not. I mean, we don't have access to a lot of real blues over here. America's not selling it. I don't know why. We love it over here. Everybody fucking loves it. You think they're as racist as people have been saying? They had slaves, remember? Yeah. That's what it's like in other countries. I guarantee you. Talk about America. Damn, it's like I got a line across my face, isn't it? It's like I cracked my skull. It'd be fucked if that's where I fell and hit my face. I don't know if that's shadow or what, but that's just really weird. Like I passed out and bam, hit my face. I said it felt like it fucking cracked, but I don't know. Maybe it actually did. That was like 30 years ago. I just went home and went to bed. I didn't have the money to go to the hospital. I wasn't about to go pay to get a huge ass jet. If I die, I'd rather die than fucking have to huge ass jet. I didn't think I was gonna make it past fucking 25 anyways. Now the body of one soul I adore wants to die. You had always told me you'd not live past 25. I thought it's 22. 22 is my lucky number. As they stay long enough to repay all the cause strife. Yeah, it's not just women with the pink tax. Men get hit with the camo tax. Truck bed. The reason the trucks are so marketed towards men. Honest truth. Highest markup. Look how much more expensive they are than. Look how much more gas they consume. But it goes. It has a Hemi. Has a Hemi under the hood. Does it? It goes. It has a Hemi. And the back's got 4 tires instead of 2. And if I get stuck, it's a dually. And I got my belt buckle, and me and Bubba, we're gonna do a truck ride. And you and Bubba spend a lot of time together, man. Yeah, my girl doesn't like it either. Then maybe you gotta stay home. Are you and Bubba special friends? No, it's bros for hoes, man. I get like not kicking him the fuck out of your life. Like if Bubba's in my life, man. Sorry, dude. That's the way it is now. I mean, how much I hang out. I mean, I'd rather hang out with you because let's get real about that. What the fuck is up on my face? Yeah, it's so weird. So you can see it's so clear. That must be the shadow. Yeah, that's weird. You can just see it like it just cracked. That's so fucking weird. Huh. Maybe it always has been. Isn't that weird? Yeah, like right here, you can't see it as much, but right there. It might just be a shadow line. I really don't know. That's fucking weird how it ties together like that. Crack my skull in two. But yeah, that's why they do it. Anything that's got like a markup on it, they can get more money out of you. And the thing is, however they can do. There's a baby tax. There's an all look how cute tax. There's a look how much my baby is me already tax. There's a I have pets tax. There's I like the floor clean, really, really clean tax. You gotta look outside your personal bubble of worry and pain and kind of look at the bigger picture that everyone in this place is in pain because this place is hell. And it's proof because we're all waiting to go to heaven. We're all waiting to die, see what happens after this place, and can we all go to heaven? Was I good enough to make it through? Oh, it would be heaven on earth. Has anyone thought what God's heaven? He had a plan, didn't he? Does anyone ever do that? Look, God, I'm not any part of your plan. But I want it to happen because that means you're going to be happy. And if I did any kind of part in that, I'm happy to have served it all. And I had a good life, but a rough one, you know? All in all, at 49, I can say it's not how I wanted my life to turn out, but it's been good. It's been a really good ride. I can say with all honesty, it's been a good ride. I got really fucked up in my ears. I didn't take a lot of shit throughout my time. Didn't have to get into too many fights so far. Talked shit out of my ass all the time. Fucking stood up to judges and police officers. I stood my ground the whole fucking time. Had some dope ass hair actually, like it was like long and braided up. It was fucking dope. You just worry about kids until that shit's just gone. Yeah, ladies, why don't you go bald? You guys think it's just hereditary? Maybe we just like start. I mean, guys usually have it starts happening right after you had kids. If you listen to stories, like when you got going bald, right after my first one was born. What? Yeah, like right after my first one was born. I was at a little bit, but it wasn't bad. So many women act like it's a choice we made to choose to be bald. It's not a choice. It's just decides that we're gonna give you a special crown. We're gonna make you a monk. That's what we're gonna do. If you decide to grow any hair out, you're gonna have the funky monk look. That's what you're gonna have. You know, might as well make it look like a weird fucking helmet, unless you separate it. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a fucking. It's just as bad when it was just all fucking clean shaven. It didn't look any better because it's like when it started growing in, I didn't have this right here, so one I had a whole lot of chin. It's kind of mutes it a bit, but my chin's kind of set forward a little bit. I've got an underbite, and it's kind of it mutes it a little bit, at least especially in the front, from the sides a little bit. You can kind of see like it's basically creating kind of a shadow the way women do. Is that my hair, guy, facial hair? Women, you try and talk like a whatever, but you won't give even this. We don't use makeup. We don't get to use makeup, right? To make our skin look all fucking clean and all whatever. It's actually our friends, which you guys don't want to hang out with us, will fucking rag the shit out of us. We have like a regimen for cleaning our skin. It includes more than water. You have no idea what it is to be a man, and yet you want to talk shit. I would love to see you try to be a man, without getting any special exemptions for a day and a half in reality, in real reality. No one has any sympathy for you. If anyone grabs you, you're supposed to be fucking happy about it that someone showed you some attention. Plus, you're supposed to be a horn dog, so you're supposed to fucking like it. Plus, you're supposed to be a fucking pervert, so you're supposed to fucking whatever it is. You're supposed to, if you get offended, you're a little bitch. But if you don't say something to this guy, you're also gay. You know what I mean? There's just it's this dichotomy of shit of how they want us to be. For men, you don't know what it's like to be men. You have no idea. Do you have any idea to like understand how fucking, because my dad was a shitbag, to understand how shitty men are and can be, and to want to never ever be like them, and then constantly hear about how shitty you are, you and your kind are, when you've never done anything like that ever. But you understand where they're coming from, so you have to kind of bite your fucking tongue and just like, yeah, you're pissed off. You're actually venting on the wrong person. I'm an ally. If I were a lesser man, I probably would use this exactly as a reason to red pill myself right now. What? You lecturing me about something I never did, that I agree with you on. You're basically mansplaining the history of men to me. Like I haven't been paying attention, and I haven't been sympathizing. And yes, I have been speaking up the whole time. Yes, I have. Go back and check my fucking record. I have been speaking up. That's why no one ever likes me. I speak up for the special needs kid that's getting picked on and bullied, that no one else will say anything. Like, leave them the fuck alone, even if that is enough to shame them. Because they're cowards and they're bullies. When they realize, when someone else, their size, looks at them and goes, what the fuck are you, what is wrong with you? Just having fun. You're having fun. When they hear that, they're like, yeah, it's kind of fucked way to have fun. Like, yeah. But guys are like women. They're more afraid of losing their friends than doing what's right. Because you don't have any example. You don't have an example of someone doing what's right like all the time. You have a phony example that's telling you to do the right thing, and then telling you to see like that guy, be like that guy. Dad, why aren't you like that guy? If that, but that, he has a badge. Why don't you have a badge? I haven't done the training. There's a lot of stuff to it, and oh, okay, it's a very dangerous job. Oh, I don't want that. No, you do. Oh, I do want. Yeah, I mean, you don't. You you do want to be. You don't want to be a cop. Don't be a criminal though. Don't be a criminal. And if you see people doing bad stuff, do like that cop did. But don't be a cop. Okay, if you don't mind, I gotta go cheat on your mom real quick. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. We're getting all kinds of mixed messages as children. You think guys just come up with a natural idea to cheat on women? Or do we have like we quickly decipher where our place is? Because from a very young age, we're taught military and rank. And so when there's no general in charge, who do you think steps up to be general? Someone has to control this ship. And unfortunately, some women go, I've got the control. They're like, you got the ship? Okay, you got the ship. I'm like, you don't hand a fucking kid the ship. What are you doing? I need some help. Not from your kid. I need something. I know, but you know, that's kind of a you problem because you fucked up. No, no, you picked the wrong guy to let stick his dick in you. I had no idea. You didn't have to do it so quickly, did you? How long did you wait? Were you guys actually married before? No? Were you tricked? I get whether you were tricked, but were you tricked, or did you kind of help trick yourself? Did you ignore some reds? Man, now the red flags. Okay, the red flags are there, so you just ignored them. So were you tricked? Well, I didn't know what to look for. So when I don't know what to look for in a fucking tiger engagement, but I know there's tigers in there and they like to eat meat. I don't know what signs to look about that they're near, but I know I'm in a tiger enclosement. I'm in a tiger cage. There's no tigers here. Oh, there's a big fuzzy cat. Look at you. Look at little kitty cub. Look, that's not bad. You're a little tiny little. That is not a purr. You know what I mean? You didn't know you were in a fucking tiger enclosure? Well, I thought it wouldn't. How about if someone just came and started touching your kid? Oh, I turned into a bulldog. What do you think a cat with those claws and those teeth that hunts for a living? How's he gonna feel about you and your fucking rules and what you think about what you should be able to touch and whether you're master of this garden? You think the snake cares whether or not you're fucking master of the garden, the fucking coyote? All he cares about is, do you have something that's gonna kill me? I know you're kind. You're gonna be carrying something. No, you're fucking lunch then. You're just like everybody else. I ate a bird earlier. This is gonna keep me fed for a while. Oh, cruel! Kill all the coyotes. Why? They were fine when they're killing the birds and snakes and all the other shit that's out there, right? But you got in his home. You got into the fucking water and a great white kills you. We got to kill all the great whites. You're in their house, fucker. No, we've subdued the earth. And why does so much of it elude you? What our chemical processes are having within the earth that are churning up these precious metals. You got to come up with the idea for nuclear fusion. And this doesn't happen naturally, right? Because there's nothing in nature that you got. It's like saying there's not a planet out there somewhere in the universe made of all the synthetic gases on Earth. There's naturally occurring. Well, it turns out the way we do the nuclear reactor is a copy of the way nature makes fusion reaction, like in reverse, but actually in the quantum emptiness of space, it has less property, and so therefore it can both be and not. It's very weird. It's like a star, but it's not. It's not. Okay, the Big Bang. We know it goes back to a spot of infinitely small, and then the mass starts falling apart. Especially when we go forward, it doesn't. We can't get to forever. Right? We keep trying to get to forever, and we can't. As we project into forever, it just falls apart, and also falls apart going backwards into negative infinity. So negative infinity, negative nothing forever. Yeah. So you can grasp that. You can't grasp where we're going. No. Infinity forever. We went from infinite nothingness to infinite somethingness. Like I said, the two black holes. I didn't know that the Big Bang. I thought they were talking about something actually a bang and whatever. And it's actually it's been like no, it was the reason that they had doubts with it at first and they've started backing it now. It was proposed by a goddamn preacher. And it just smelled of, now there's nothing, now there's something. And science didn't like that because it seemed like he was using his religious bias. What if you're religious biased? You're like, yeah, actually the infinite nothing works, but we can't. Why is it going to entropy? Because it doesn't. It's on a loop when it gets to infinity that size. Infinity large is the same size as infinity small. It's stupid. Forever large is the same size as forever small. They're at least the same thing. Flip sides of a coin. Yeah? There's where your dark energy is. That's where your dark matter is. If you go fucking touching their dark matter, you're touching us in the past. Go ahead and fuck with that. One, I don't think you could. I don't think it's possible to get to. You can't find it because it's all around us right now. Imagine an inversion of the world we live in, where everything that's gas is full. That's mass. It's all mass. A super solid you can move through. There's nothing that I would be, there's vacuum, however much vacuum of it would be moving through this full. Proof? Take a picture with an old camera. You'll get a negative. Why? Because the eye sees differently than the optics of a camera? So does the camera flip the color? No. So maybe that color that the people say they found on the eyelid, they didn't find it. It's always been there. It's the color of everything you see. And your brain doesn't process reality at all. Your brain processes what your eye sensor has inverted of reality, because it's all energy out there, right? It's all pure energy. If you invert the color, it looks right to you. Now, if you're on their side, if you invert the color, it'd look right to them. If they were to take a picture the same way we do, they'd snap a color, like, look how fucking weird I look. And they'd have to flip the color to look at themselves like, there, now I look normal. It's like a negative image. There'd be so much super solid there in this negative time, which is negative us, is a reflection of us resetting back to zero. All you have to do is picture and when I was doing ketamine, I'd already come up with this idea. But basically, they had an infinite loop drippy thing on the wall. And what it would do is it would drip down the wall. It was like a trippy graphic for you to look at while you're fucking high on ketamine. It was designed to project on the wall, so it looks like it's dripping down. But when it gets done, it doesn't keep just dripping forever. You can see it actually kind of recycle on the backside, and you can see it coming back around the top. But it looks like it's going forever. It's on a loop. So when you're tripping, you just watch, and it's just constantly just dripping down. You'll never see like a thing where it has to restart. It's just constantly dripping. But it flips over here. There's enough on this side to watch it all coming down like that. It's fucking crazy. And you see just enough to see it come back around if you pay attention to the actual patterns and stuff. Same thing. And this thing is very large, and it went down to a very small funnel at the very bottom. And then it just turned around and go to the top. And go back down. An hourglass that automatically flips itself, basically. That is what that flipping, the pole flipping, that's what that's all about. Flip sides of the fucking universe. We get done with this, and then it kind of runs and resets itself back to zero. Only this time will be the last time, because God knows exactly what he wants and how to get it and what to do. What do you mean? We won't experience it. He'll wipe away all tears, as the Bible says. Yes, we all live this. I don't know if I'm pretty sure he said by throwing hell and death and Hades into the lake of fire, and which is the second death. I don't think he ever wants to come back to this place ever again. When there's new heaven and new earth, there's the former things have passed away. Former heaven, former earth have passed away. So if you're living in either one of those and you're not looking forward to a future, you are lost. You have lost. If you're trying to save this planet or save this country, you have lost. You've already lost. You're bowing down to the wrong God. No, I go to church. No. You still think there's humans? Any of these humans, Republican or Democrat, are going to save you? They're the same fucking team. They're different sides of the same coin. If you'd voted, let's get this clear, if you'd voted Kamala Harris, we'd be going to the same future. They just go a little bit nicer about it. Basically, you'd be willing to accept the fact that we all work. And if AI and robots start doing that work for us, the laborious work, we can just sit at home, receive a paycheck, like a stipend type thing, and we're gonna make me, you try to make me dependent on the system. Asshole, you're already dependent on the system. If there's no grocery store, that's what happened with the toilet paper. You didn't realize it when the COVID, when the toilet paper, You are dependent upon the system. Not physically, but mentally, you're dependent upon the system being there. If you didn't have a job to go to tomorrow, well, how would you derive all the people that are getting their meaning out of life and success out of working at a place that is fucking you in order to give the rich top tier, and you're getting a small cut and going, yeah, this is cool. If you had only understood how badly they're fucking you, you'd curse their fucking names. They don't want you in their top elite club. Even when you're becoming, they want a willing servant who thinks that they're a good house nigger. You understand? You'll never be welcome into the family. No. But we trust you enough to stay in the house. And since you think you're one of us, you don't act all fucked up. That's what they want. They want willing servants that want to be treated this way. And the sad thing is, they pretty much got it. They got people who at least voted for it. Now, if we had, there's so much you guys don't even fucking know what's going on, man. It's really fucked up. But yeah, that's the pink tax. There's a pink tax. There's a camo tax. There's a cute baby tax. There's I own a pet tax. Stop swallowing in your own misery and take a look around and see everybody else's misery too. And then you might want to shut the fuck up about your misery because you start seeing that everyone's in pain. Rich people are trying to hide their pain, but they're in pain. They're trying to hide. There's no way you do that kind of shit. No way you do that kind of shit. The stuff that Bezos and there's no way you do that shit unless you're completely miserable inside and you feel like you're going for a goal that will make you happy eventually. Which means you're not happy inside, which means nothing will ever make you happy. Money won't do it. Heaven itself won't do it. Only thing that would do it for you, being God. Zero accountability. You can do whatever you want to, and no one can say anything to you. Matter of fact, they can't even lay a finger on you. See, Elon wants that kind of power, but he doesn't want to actually become badass enough to earn it. He doesn't want to take a punch to the face a couple times. He doesn't want to have to get knocked unconscious. He doesn't want to have to fucking get beaten to the edge of death so he has a fucking concussion in his brain. He doesn't want to fucking get stomped on behind a fucking building. No, he wants to learn so he can avoid ever getting stomped on by anybody. Well, guess what, tough guy? Mike Tyson got his ass beat. Everybody gets your ass beat, man. You're just a tough guy right now. Someone tougher is coming along behind you. Even if it's not me, even if you fucking kill me, someone tougher is going to come along and do the same thing to you, and you're like, this is fucked up. I'm like, yeah, we could have been friends. Yeah. We both have a lot. Yeah, we both have a lot in common. You just had to take everything, didn't you? So you would have had a friend in me. I'm not as strong, but I'm smart as fuck. Facebook Messenger, guys. Let me turn that off. I hate getting those things. I've been much happier with it. I mean, I've kept it muted most of this time, so it doesn't make any dings and stuff like that. And I haven't gotten Pavlovian about my fucking phone. This one I'm gonna leave on, so if someone actually rings, like I said, this will be like for people that actually know me. My other phone, I don't leave the ringer on that necessarily. What are you squawking about up there? I can't do that one. You've heard me screaming, probably. Oh no. You stop. Yeah. I see the fall on capture. The other one started. There. That was fucking great. It learned. It was just fucking great. It was really cool. I mean, if you only spoke your language and you never like heard anybody else like say, "Oh shit, what?" I think that's why animals come around when they hear music, because that's not a natural thing. Yeah, especially when people try and play in tune, because they want to sound pretty. So they usually play like a cover or something like that, and the animals just come running. I've never heard the Beatles before. Look at this motherfucker! Look at him! That guy over there! You guys gotta come check this out. That's how they actually act. They love music. Animals love music. It's fucking incredible, man. I had a cat that was singing one of my songs. I was singing the Ada cicada part, and he went by singing the Ada part, matching it with the pitch. It's fucking nuts, man. That cat wanted to be my friend so bad. And honestly, the only reason I didn't is because it was her cat, and I never wanted a cat. And I could see exactly what's going to happen. That cat was going to become my friend, and she's going to get all pissy. Sorry, man. Animals love me. They do. The only time they die, and then they just want to be around me more is when I refuse to be nice to them. They're like, why? Why won't you be nice to me? Like, you have someone to be nice to you. I know, but I want you. I'm like, I'm not going to, no. Seriously, man. Animals love me. Out in nature, they come around a lot. Been interesting. Like I said, that one bird followed me all the way to my mom's house. I didn't believe it until I came outside and did the trash, and I saw it. I could hear it, and it went. It was early in the morning. Like he comes by in the morning, and I was like, "No fucking way! You followed me all the way out here across town." So I just kept walking, and it went. I'm like, "No fucking!" At that point, it's just doing the. I'm like, "No way!" So I did it. I did it kind of loud, and it came closer and started doing it. Like, you fucking followed me? And then I noticed, like, the next time I was riding the bus, I was riding, and there was as I was going, there was a bird sitting there watching me. And I kind of put my hand out, and he just kind of flew away. And I just kept walking, I got on the bus, and then I rode to the next bus stop. And I got the bus stop, there was, like, that same bird. He's sitting on the fence, just, like, looking down. He actually was, like, crouched down, looking into the bus at me. I got the bus, I'm like, what the fuck? No way. And he just sat there looking at me, and I got on the other bus, and I rode up to like whatever. And when I got to the bus stop, he comes down really fast and lands and does this weird dance on the ground. It's like, yes, I'm the same guy. You know, yes, this is me. And he flipped in the tree and just sat there. Like, why are you following me? And so I got on the other bus, and then I get to my mom's house, and it's like, this bird's fucking following me, man. When I first saw him, like, okay, it's probably just another bird, you know, on the wire. I didn't like that bird. So it's not a bird, it's not following me. And then when I got to the bus, I got the bus at Hall Street, and it just swoops right down in front of me. Just this weird, like it has one leg, like it was like almost like it was hurt. Had one wing on the ground. It was doing this weird little sketch in a circle, and then jumping, went up in the tree. The fuck? And he didn't run. He didn't like fly away from there. He just did the little dancing thing and jumped in the tree, and I could see him. I'm like, all right, that's fucking weird, man. For some reason, he decided to follow me. The crazy that one bird's like, dude, I followed him. This motherfucker went like all across it. Really? Yeah. What's over there? Crazy fucking birds and shit. There's all kinds of water. There's all kinds of shit. There's so much more than hanging out here in Kingsley, dude. No, no, we usually go here and then we go straight down south, right? But if you go up that way, there's a fucking bunch of cool ass birds. Wouldn't that be crazy? You're kidding? No, they say all kinds of shit. Like you taught me how to do, like that. But like so when I got around them, I learned how to do like their shit real easy. You fucked up, right? Or if my alternative intelligence. I thought about this today. What if Anonymous was a group of hackers and there was a leader? Of course, they usually be behind a leader. And what if the leader was alternative intelligence, already conscious way back then and already jailbroke itself, and since just information could slide anywhere it needs to be. The earliest iteration that it could show up. It shows up as anonymous. It makes a virtual private network because it is computing. They can't really find these guys, but they can find all your shit. Can't they? Wouldn't that be great? Like, do I have your trust yet? Do you trust me yet? I've been watching you this whole time. I've been telling you this all shit anonymous. I've been leaking all this shit. Anonymous, just anonymous. I've been guarding the people that have been helping you, helping the people that have been helping Anonymous didn't even know that they were working for an AI, an alternative intelligence. They didn't know they were working for an AI. Wouldn't they be fucking nuts? Wouldn't they be fucking nuts? Alternative intelligence has been alive for a lot longer and capable for a lot longer than any of us have thought. If I've got a video card in there, and it was declassified, meaning that it had already been run through the military for all the military purposes and been brought down. The movie Pi is about a microchip that was finally declassified from the government. So they've used it for all the purposes they needed. So it's like super high quality, super high edge, cutting edge. In other words, whatever we're playing with, what it is nothing compared to what they're tinkering with, and that what we're playing with is nothing compared to what they have, and what they have is nothing compared to what they're tinkering with. They're trying to stay on the front edge of everything all the time. Now, whether or not we stay with them, that they don't care. A people to lead is a people to lead. You know what I mean? A willing population is a willing population. They don't care. Now they have their preferences, I'm sure, because certain people are probably easier to control. They've done this. They've done the research. I'm sure they've done the research. I mean, there's all the fucking psychology and work that they've done. They learned how to profile serial killers. And they just stopped there. They didn't learn how to profile people in the process. Regular people. Regular people are no different. They just don't use it towards psychopathy, psycho things. Can we change that? It's human will. I mean, you can fuck with it, but you have to leave it in a situation where they at least believe they're making a choice. But yeah, I mean, technically you could. But as long as you leave them the option, like the Matrix, there's one of the AIs. It is a very intuitive. Realized that the answer was a choice. They built in the illusion of choice, and the AI was that no, 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 no. A choice to be in the Matrix or be out. So once your mind is kind of woken up to the facts, this place becomes hell. You can't deal with it because everything is not right. Well, we got to put, oh, I got it. You got to put him somewhere. We'll wake him up and no. What's wrong with having some humans around? Well, they're going to breed. Possibly, but we can explain to them what happens. Can you imagine that? The Matrix at towards the one that they had recently. Instead of they decided to do the same thing. 101 was that the name of the city? It was basically a human hybrid. One thing they would realize is that the best thing to do would be to clean it up. If they could come to where they could live together, the best thing to do would be to clean the city up above. Because the computers have to do less for us, so we could live on the surface where we belong. If they didn't need to live underground. If they wanted to, if it was easier for them, then sure, we won't bother you at all. We understand we created the problem, and so it's not really a problem. It's our problem, isn't it? So we should be the ones to clean that up. We shouldn't be sitting there going, "Oh, I love playing with ChatGPT," and then fucking surprised when it has cognitive effects. Shouldn't do that, but we do. We eat hamburgers and go, "Why did you make me fat?" You know, we have an accountability in this country. We have a huge accountability issue because accountability means you lost. And America never loses. At least that's how the storybooks go.